Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Chosen One, and I got a video I'm gonna make about why you should give generously. Why you should give generously, and sometimes don't expect nothing back. So, guys, you know what I'm saying? Throughout the whole Bible, especially in Proverbs, Proverbs teaches you about why you should give generously, and throughout the other Bible scriptures. But Proverbs is the Bible inside the Bible. And in one of them, it says in Proverbs 11:25, give generous, a generous soul will be made rich, and he who waters will also be watered himself. Proverbs 11:25. So, guys, God tells us when you give generously, when you just give generously from the heart, guys, God will bless you. You know what I'm saying? He will always bless you when you give generously from the heart. When you have a merry heart and you just give from the heart, God will always bless you. Guys, he will always bless you. And you can go even on to 2 Corinthians 8:2, where he tells you why you should give generously. You should give generously. And you can even go on to 2 Corinthians 9:8, where he tells you why you should give generously. And he says he gives us, in other words, in 2 Corinthians 9:8, he telling you that he gives us enough grace where we can give generously, where we still have enough for ourselves. And when you still have enough for yourselves, you maybe even have a triple fold for more even for yourselves, guys. You see what I'm saying? Or you can even go into which one was that? And I think it was the parable, the Matthew 25, when he gave them the talents. When he gave one 5 talents, the other 2 talents, and the other 1 talent. He gave one of them 5 talents. He traded with the other ones that had less talents. Then he came back to God and said, "Look, God, I got 5 more talents back." You know what I'm saying? So he had it, and then the other one that had 2 talents came back to the Lord Jesus Christ and said, he said, "I got 2 more talents, God." You know what I'm saying? The other one that had one, he hid his because he thought he was gonna miss his blessing. He didn't want to give up his blessing, so he hid it. You know what I'm saying, from God. He didn't get blessed in the end. But the other ones that had 5 and 2 talents, God blessed them because the one that had 5 talents, he gave them, he had a generous soul. You see what I'm saying? The one had 2 had a generous soul. He gave, so they had a generous spirit. So they gave generously, and they even had more in return that they gave. You see what I'm saying? So, guys, you know what I'm saying? Throughout the whole Bible, God tells us why we should give generously. God tells us why we should give generously, guys. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing, guys, why a lot of people, when they give, they don't never get nothing back. You know what I'm saying? They don't never get nothing back. They don't give with a generous heart. They don't give with a merry heart. They just give because they think they're going to get a blessing back. Like, you know what I'm saying? They always say, "I'm going to give this because you're supposed to give it so I can get me something back in return." You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people always give. They always expect something back in return from God. And God doesn't work like that, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I just said, you know what I'm saying? God tells us throughout the whole Bible why we should give generously. And he will give you back way more, double or triple than what you gave when you have a generous and a merry heart. You see what I'm saying? You know, so guys, when you giving, don't never expect nothing back. Don't not never expect nothing back. And another thing, do not never expect like in the form of money. He can give you money back, but just don't always expect money, because he can give you things. He can level you. He can give you stuff in return, like level you up, like in the spiritual. He can level you up in the spiritual realm, in the spirit. He can level you up mentally. He can level you up even physically. He can level you up. So it's multiple ways, like hundreds of ways God can give you stuff back in return, guys. You see what I'm saying? You might have you gave something to the poor, you know what I'm saying? But you might not got nothing for them in the money, but you might have a bill that was due at the end of the month. You might not have no money, but that bill might be wiped clear. It might be had him got paid for you because you gave to that poor. You see what I'm saying? And God tells us in Proverbs 19:17 that when you when you got pity on the poor, when you have pity on the poor, you lend it to the Lord. So, guys, anytime you lend it to the poor, you always lend it to the Lord, because the poor is his people. Those are his angels. Those are his people. You see what I'm saying? Even the children, we all his children, but especially the poor and the children, those are his kids. Those are his people. So, guys, always take heed, guys, to having a generous, give generously. Always give from the heart. Always have a merry heart and give from the heart. You see what I'm saying? So, guys, that's why we should give generously. And that's why when a lot of people give, they don't never get nothing back, because they just give just because they think they're going to expect something back. And then God doesn't work like that, guys. So I always give from a generous heart, and from a generous merry heart, and then God will take care of you. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, God can make you rich, and then people will forget about God. You see what I'm saying? They forgive to give back. You know what I'm saying? God will make you, God, and God, like another thing, guys, God doesn't God doesn't, he wants us to be rich. God, he can make us be rich, millionaires. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with that, being millionaires. But the Bible tells us, for the love of money, it's in, oh man, I just read it, 1 Corinthians, I think it's in 1 Corinthians, in the back of it, it's 1 Corinthians, for the love of money is the root of all evil. So when God blesses people, guys, with a lot of money, making them wealthy and rich, they forget about God. They forget to give back. You know what I'm saying? They forget to give them thanks. They forget to give back to the, get that money back. You see what I'm saying? Pouring back into the community, pouring back into God. You see what I'm saying? Pouring them churches back into God, what God gave them. You see what I'm saying? They forget about God, and they stray away from the faith. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's always important, guys, to continue to have a generous heart, have a generous and merry heart. You see what I'm saying, guys? So I hope this video helped you out, guys, about why it's good to give from the heart and have a merry heart and give generously, guys. So this your boy Chosen One, and I'm out. Peace, shalom to everyone.